Super Metroid, Donkey Kong Country, and many other video games were sequels or predecessors that were released in 1994. So, here we take a look at some of the best video games in 1994. Number 1. Donkey Kong Country. The platform game Donkey Kong Country was developed by Rare and released by Nintendo in 1994 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The single player traverses 40 side-scrolling levels as they jump between platforms and avoid obstacles. They find hidden bonus stages, battle opponents and bosses, ride minecarts and animals, and collect items. Two players can compete against one another or work together in multiplayer modes. Donkey Kong Country won multiple awards at the end of the year and at the time set a record for the fastest-selling video game. It is the best-selling Donkey Kong game and the third best-selling SNES game overall with 9.3 million copies sold. Number 2. Super Metroid. The action-adventure game Super Metroid was created by Nintendo and Intelligent Systems and released by Nintendo in 1994 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. In keeping with the established gameplay style of its predecessors, Super Metroid focuses on exploration while having the player look for power-ups that can be used to enter previously inaccessible locations. The inventory screen, an automap, and the capability to fire in all directions were among the new ideas it introduced to the series. The developers wanted to make a true action game and set the stage for Samus's reappearance. Super Metroid received positive reviews, with praise on its atmosphere, gameplay, music, and graphics. It is frequently mentioned as one of the best video games ever made. By the end of 2003, the game had shipped 1.42 million copies globally due to strong sales. Number 3. The Elder Scrolls Arena. Open-world action role-playing video game The Elder Scrolls Arena was created and released by Bethesda Softworks. The game follows the player trying to uncover a conspiracy against Emperor Uriel Septim VII. The game has a cycle of day and night, and it has a spell creation system that lets players combine different spell effects. Role-playing elements were added to the game, and the game expanded to include towns outside the arenas and dungeons beyond the cities. Later, it became one of the most popular Western RPGs of all time. The game received praise from critics and went on to win many awards, including Role-Playing Game of the Year in 1994 from Computer Gaming World. Number 4. System Shock. A first-person action-adventure computer game called System Shock was created by Looking Glass Technologies and released by Origin Systems in 1994. Assuming the role of a nameless security hacker, the player attempts to hinder the plans of a malevolent artificial intelligence called Shodan. The physics simulation and challenging gameplay of System Shock have been praised. System Shock takes place from a first-person perspective in a three-dimensional graphical environment. Players explore an enormous space station with multiple levels while battling opponents and solving puzzles. Progress is largely non-linear, and the game is designed to allow for emergent gameplay. A freely movable mouse cursor is used, just like in Ultima Underworld, to aim weapons, interact with objects, and manipulate the heads-up display interface. With sales of more than 170,000 copies, the game was a moderate commercial success. Number 5. Mega Man X2. Capcom created the video game Mega Man X2 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. In Japan, the game was made available on December 16, 1994. Mega Man X2 takes place in the near future in which humans try to peacefully coexist with intelligent robots called Reploids, with some of the Reploids going maverick and threatening daily life. Following the standard gameplay of the original Mega Man series, Mega Man X2 has many of the same action platforming components as the first game in the series. The player is tasked with completing a series of stages by destroying enemies, gaining various power-ups, and winning the special weapon of each stage's boss. The player can dash, scale walls, and unlock special abilities in this game, just like in the first Mega Man X. Mega Man X2 has received largely favorable reviews from reviewers for its presentation and gameplay. Eventually, the game was made available on a number of platforms. Which game would you like to play the most? Comment down below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section. Let's meet again with another interesting video.